welcome, welcome to the Screen Scene Podcast, your podcast for TV and film talk and reviews. I'm your host, Royce. Chris, what's good?
What's
We
up?
here. You seen the title? You already know what's going on. We're talking about our favorite TV shows of 2025 so far. Our top five, top five, top five, top five, top five.
Yep.
All right, Chris, you want to kick this off?
I sure do.
All right, let's get your five.
So, my number five for TV series is going to be The Residence with, I forgot her name, but she's from Orange is the New Black. I liked how it was a whodunit, but it was like cute and quirky. And it was a breath of fresh air because it was different the way they went about it. I like the fact that it keeps you guessing and it doesn't have plot holes, or whenever you do find out who the person is or person or persons is, um, it's not like, okay, well, if they did this, then how did this happen? It all makes sense. You
Okay.
know, it was pretty interesting. I like the storytelling and how it played out.
Okay.
It wasn't typical.
Is it quirky who done it like Knives Out?
Yes.
Which one would you say is better?
It's a little bit more quirky, The Residence.
I see that.
It's slightly more quirky, and I'm gonna pick it because it was a series. So you get drawn to the characters obviously in Knives Out, but like even more so in the series because it's episode after episode after episode.
Yeah, but that leaves a lot more chance for mistakes because it's so many episodes. You can just consolidate. How many episodes?
I want to say like 8.
8. Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. That's on my list in my head. I didn't actually put it on my list, but it's on my list in my head. Like I might.
I mean, if you're just at home and you want something entertaining to watch, it's not one of those, oh, it's playing in the background. It's like one of those, you know what? It's raining outside. Why not? You know, there's some shows where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna just put this on and go sweep the floor or something. Like it's like I liked it. It was entertaining. It's
Okay.
not something that I have playing in the background.
Number 5 for me is Common Side Effects. I give that a 7 out of 10. Common Side Effects is a animated series for people who like to do recreational activities. I think that'd be best for those kind of people. Yeah, so I think anybody who likes to do recreational activities, as far as it's Diddy time, so we can't even do that. So I can't even. I'm not saying no recreation. It's Diddy time out there. It's crazy. Let me.
Yeah,
That's
can you
crazy.
explain that for us, Royce?
Hold on, Mike. What I mean, because recreational activities, you can't say that now in this Diddy era.
No, you
So
can't.
I mean, what I meant by that are people who smoke. This is a good show for those because it's kind of one of those, and like you got shows like Rick and Morty, and you got other shows that like I think if people who smoke would enjoy it. I think this is one of those. It has very psychedelic
Shrooms.
visuals to it. Yeah, if you do shrooms, you do unless you're a kid, no drugs, kids. But yeah, it's one of those shows, and it has a really good plot. I really, really, really like the plot of Common Side Effects. I think the only thing for me why it's at 5 and not higher is because it falls off a little bit towards the end, just a tad, Johnson.
Okay. I feel you.
You're number 4.
My number 4 is Paradise. From Hulu. I really enjoyed it. I fell asleep a few times, but it's because I was tired. But
That
it was
is
pretty
great.
interesting.
Do you like your top 5?
I'm just saying. Stop.
This is
I
like
can't be honest. Is this a safe space?
Go ahead.
Listen to me, don't
This
judge.
is,
I like Paradise. The fact that it's on my list.
we
says
judge
a
over here.
lot.
They lied.
Great acting. I like the interesting concept it had, and just the way things played out. At one point, it got kind of monotonous a little bit in the middle, but the overall storyline, how it was executed from the first episode to the last episode of season 1, it was I liked it, and how it ended.
Fair.
It made me want more for season
More.
2.
More.
More porridge, please.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
I
understand.
give it an 8.
I understand. 8. I understand.
Maybe
Okay.
8.5.
Wow. Okay. For me, number 4, I'm going with Black Mirror season
That was.
7. Black Mirror definitely did. It's better than last season. I'll put it that way.
Hmm.
Better than last season because I was highly disappointed. They kind of veered away and then they tried to put something out saying, hey, we never were just a technology based show.
Come on now.
I was like, all right, y'all. Come on, man.
That ain't
Like, what we doing, bro?
7 seasons.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Yeah, yeah. Walk like a duck, it's a duck. And y'all some ducks for that season. But I do like this season. I think they were back. It was some interesting concepts. Everything was technology based. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Black Mirror this season for sure. What you got?
Did you rate it already?
I give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For my number 3, I did Last of Us, brought by HBO Max. I like Last of Us from the TV. I mean, from the video game. I liked it because of nostalgia. Because some of the things that happened in season 2, I was waiting for it to happen in season 1. So when it happened in season 2, I was like, So it was really. I didn't like the way it ended, really, but I liked it as a whole.
So what? What do you give it?
Seven and a
Last of
half, eight.
Us. Last of Us. Last of Us. Last of Us. Man, that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't. I wasn't rocking with it. I wasn't rocking with it this season. This was. Yeah, I'm off the wagon with Last of Us. I'm off. I don't even know if I was fully on for the first season.
I think you were kind of like waiting it out.
Yeah, I think no, it was good, but I was like, okay, I'm ready for next season. And then, nah, bro, they had one good, and I do this all the time. As soon as I compliment a show, they just it's like the very next episode they drop the ball. That episode, I think episode 2, the one that most talked about episode. I mean, that was like again, and I stand by this. It was Game of Thrones level episode. Like that was really from start to finish. I was locked in, and I was like, okay. This is what I wanted. Where we going from here? And where we went is not where I want to go at all. I was like,
I
let
like
me
to
out.
get off.
Yeah, I was like,
I
home
like to get off.
at the end. Hey man, let me out. Nah,
Lock
what
the
you saying?
doors.
Now? Let me out, man. Let me out, dog. Yeah. No sir, no sir, Reebok. Okay, my number 3 is Invincible season 3. If you heard the review of our fave from 2024, one of my critiques was all the missteps with season 2 of Invincible. This was them fixing that and then doing more. Now they didn't fix every critique, but they got the aesthetics right. Like, you know what I'm saying? We get a full season weekly. We don't get a halftime between the season. That was great. And the animation was great. The story was great. I just need there's a few things. I'm tired of Big Head. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Big Head Black dude.
Oh yeah, it was Angstrom.
Angstrom Levy. I'm tired of him.
Big
But that last episode like made up for a lot because for me it was starting to drag for like 2 or 3 episodes. And they were starting to do I think the Invincible lore was starting to wear off, and I was kind of like, okay, we need to progress this into something. Because what for me, and I'm starting to do like you, it's not like I'm complaining about it, but
What?
for me, why it isn't higher is because I think Invincible in the first season was so shocking, and we were like, okay, what's gonna happen next, and we're still waiting on what happened from season 1 to kind of be resolved and proceed forward with that. There's been 2 seasons since then. We really haven't had like a next level type of deal. We had a few things. I'm not gonna say they haven't done anything, but I'm waiting for that story, that main story. You know, all the side stories are cool, and I think the side stories are really, really good this season. And it was a strong season. It was a strong season, man. It was Invincible season 3, man. If you haven't, do it. Do it. Check it out. 7.5 for that.
Okay. I also want to piggyback off of that in the sense of subject matter because it's my number 2.
Okay.
I like how different shows or movies you'll say, okay, what do you think's going to happen next? And it's so many different things that could happen, and that's what's exciting. But Invincible keeps adding more. What do you think will happen next? Where it's like, I don't know which way this is going, but what happened back in this episode? Like,
Yeah,
what
right.
happened back in this, so like what you said, there is too much happening in a sense where they're not closing certain situations, or they're not addressing certain situations, or they're not resolved in a sense where I just, it's just too much going on. And that does sound like I'm complaining about it too. But it's my number two.
Did we even like Invincible?
Who put this on
We
here?
need, yeah, like who put these in our notes? Did we?
But I mean, I did like it. I did like the fight scenes. I do remember there's a scene downtown where it was just like people talked about it. There's a whole like episode of like fighting, and a lot of people joked about it. I was like, hey, I see this is where all the money went.
Yeah, yeah,
For the
yeah,
production.
yeah.
It was
Very aware. Yeah,
it was used very wisely.
yeah.
So
Broke
that
that
is
fourth
what
wall.
had it on number two for
Absolutely.
me.
Okay, number two. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so this is recent. Number two. I am going with Squid Game season 3. I seen a lot of mixed reviews about it, and a lot of people don't like it. Y'all like Shogun. That's like
That's the substance.
you guys like the substance. No, but again, it's kind of the same thing with Invincible season 2. For me, we get a kind of a half a season. What didn't feel like a complete season. You know, it was. It didn't feel like a complete season. In season 2, it was a different change of pace. We kind of get to lift the veil behind the curtain, that mysterious curtain that was there in season 1, and kind of get a deeper dive into what was going on in season 2. But nothing really happened in season 2 that was game changing, and I think it kind of dropped the ball in season 2 for me personally. But it still wasn't bad. It still was better than a lot of shows. Then we get to season 3 where we get to the end of it, and they get right to it. I mean, I appreciated that because I didn't expect that. There was a lot of things I didn't expect in season 2. I think there are some cheesy things, and I haven't just recently seen it. I could be biased to why I put it this high, but I also liked the fact that they made some bold choices as well. Because I think they were just trying to teach a lesson. And I think that's a thing, that's a disconnect, because I think people wanted a different ending to it. But I think that's one thing where it shows a realistic ending versus the ending the fans may want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes what could be cheesy is the ending the fans may want, because then you make the show suffer by doing something ridiculous.
And
But yeah, you like do to save them. You know what I'm saying? The most logical thing would be this, maybe, or not, I ain't gonna say the most logical. The most realistic thing may have been the way they went. Because a lot of times people be doing stuff behind the shadows and don't get caught until like they get a Fed case, and a Diddy era. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, so I'm just saying, if he didn't get caught. So a lot of people on islands that didn't get caught. But the other side of this too, and the reason I took off 2 points and gave it an 8 total, was because I don't like where we're going, and I've been calling this since season 1.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna Americanize this.
Yep.
And I think that also is could be why they went the route they did at the end as well. And I hope that's not, because I think they could have resolved it and didn't show what they showed at the end. The show was going to be Americanized, and because I don't think Squid Games works in America.
I don't either.
The first season was absolutely perfect. It doesn't work in America. It's going to be very preachy. Everything about Squid Games is going to change when they go to America. I'm not going to like it. So, anyway, yeah. But season 3, I dug season 3. I liked everything. So
Season 3 was an honorable mention for me.
okay,
I didn't think it was bad, but it didn't do anything for me.
right.
And it was very entertaining. A lot of things happened, and I was shocked, and my jaw dropped, and questioned a lot of things. Normal, but I didn't feel different afterwards. And like the first season, I'm like, whoa, and questioning things, and I'm like, what if this happened? I can't believe this. But after I finished season 3, I had maybe 2 questions, and I was like, you know,
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't. I get you. I get that feeling. I understand that feeling.
yeah.
I understand that feeling. Okay. What do you got? Your number one then?
My number one is Common Side Effects.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. I looked
Really?
forward to Monday at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central Time for an episode to drop. Very short episodes, but I was very entertained. It was, I always say a breath of fresh air, and I guess that's what really gets me now because everything seems monotonous and the same. But like when
Hmm.
you take a different subject matter and your different spin on it and what have you, I really liked it. I really liked it. I look
Yeah,
forward to watching it every week.
I feel you. I can't wait for season 2 actually to come
That
out.
part.
Okay. All right. My number one is The Pit. Man, The Pit. I'm another thing I do like. I can say is when I can like the main character of a show, because a lot of times what happens in a lot of shows or movies or film or whatever, you end up liking side characters and just the main character is kind of your vessel going through the story, but you end up liking side characters or other people more than you actually like the main character. That's one thing for me with like Attack on Titan. It's a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Um, but
Perfect.
but the Pit, man, the main character is my favorite person. The way he handles tough situations is interesting to see. The way he kind of keeps his composure, and you kind of gradually see things chipping away at that, and also just how realistic that is. And I'm saying that not because I work there, but from what I've seen, people who work in the medical field talk about how realistic that show is compared to stuff. And then I'm looking at it, and it feels like, yo, it feels like I'm actually like, it doesn't feel like
In the
they're
ER.
actors. It doesn't feel like they're actors. It's so crazy. Like they're speaking the terminology that I don't understand. They're doing stuff, and it doesn't. They're not dumbing down what they're doing for us to consume. It's like you get on board. This is what's going on, and we have intriguing enough stories to follow along with it. And it's like bam, 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 bam. When I went into it, I didn't think it was going to be good because when I was like, oh, each episode is going to be an hour of the day. I was like, that's stupid. How's that going? It's like I thought that was stupid. I was like, that's stupid. And by the end, I was like, that's brilliant. Yeah, The Pit, I thoroughly enjoyed. That was my favorite watch of this year, easily, easily. When I got to like the last couple of episodes, I was like, man, I think I really like this. I got to finish these for the pod. So yeah, I haven't finished it, and I'm glad nothing crazy happened. It was yeah, it was it was brilliant.
Okay. I actually haven't finished it, but from what I did see, um, I like what you said about the main character or your whole concept over main characterism.
Hmm.
He wasn't cheesy either, and it
Hmm.
wasn't like, "Hey, let's all get along," and he's just this positive person.
Hmm.
Everyone's like, it's like
Hmm.
he was a middle. It seemed like he was a glue to a lot of things, but
Hmm.
like naturally.
Yeah.
I also like the terminology they use. I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to school for nursing, but I did watch like 10 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. So a lot of things that they talked about, I was like, oh yeah, tin blade and da da
Yeah.
da and the trachea and da da.
Hmm.
Like it was very accurate. It was
Hmm.
almost like Shonda Rhimes level. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I
I'm
mean,
interested
even
in
down
finishing
to the
it.
point of a certain character getting punched in the face. That's
Oh
not a
yeah.
spoiler. The people say that happens
Oh
in
yeah,
an emergency room. I
definitely.
didn't know that.
Mhm.
I had no idea. It's like, and then it's like even certain people, certain characters that die, because you can sometimes in the show you can see a storyline like, oh, this person's gonna die, and here it's just like a random person. Oh, he ain't make it, but you never knew that somebody's gonna die in the show, and then either people that look like they were gonna die, they made it.
Mhm.
It was like they had random people that didn't make it. It was like, oh wow, that's crazy. So, like, somebody could be in there for like a mosquito bite, and they just end up
Yeah.
being the person that died. I'm like, what?
Allergic to
So,
penicillin.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But another thing I liked about the main character is that he actually was a part of the show. The
Mhm.
director, producer of the show. He had a heavy hand in the show's production and creation, and not only that, but I liked that he cared. He was so busy, but he cared because a lot of people think like you have a doctor and they get caught up in their job and they don't really care, but
Mhm.
this guy cared and to almost to I can't even say almost to a fault. He just like really cared about what he did. And it felt like he cared about every patient, and he knew what to say, when to do stuff. It was just, I mean, man, I can't praise it more. It was really good. It was a really good show. There was only like few things in his personal preference that I didn't like about the show, but other than that, I mean, 8.5 for me.
Yeah.
8.5.
Also, fun fact: the main actor, he was also in a show called ER
Really,
back in the '90s. It was
really.
like, and then so is George Clooney. But yeah, so it's
Huh?
interesting
Yeah,
how
I
he kind
remember
of
that.
like,
Wow. Okay. The more you know. That's cool. That's cool. But that's it. That's it for our list, guys. Do you agree? What was your list? What is your favorite show of the year so far up until July 1st?
hmm
What'd you like? Did we get anything wrong? Of course not.
of course not.
You know what I'm saying? What?
It's us.
Wrong. It's crazy. You're wrong. Nah, but yeah, man. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Until the next one. Peace.